Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we're unraveling the intense drama unfolding in General Hospital. The stakes have never been higher as the power players of Port Charles find themselves facing betrayals, dangerous confrontations, and shocking realizations. Jason Morgan is ready to make a bold promise to Sonny Corinthos, but Dante Falconeri may have no future left in law enforcement. Meanwhile, Molly Lansing Davis is preparing to unleash her wrath, and a surprising hero may be stepping up when least expected. Buckle up because Port Charles is about to explode with tension, secrets, and unexpected turns. Jason's oath to Sonny, the war is coming. Few bonds in General Hospital are as unshakable as the one between Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos. As the two men sit down for an overdue conversation, the weight of the past few weeks settles between them. Sonny, already burdened by relentless attacks from his enemies, is looking for reassurance. Jason, ever the loyal enforcer, doesn't hesitate to offer it. "No matter what happens, I've got your back," Jason declares, his voice firm with conviction. But Sonny is visibly restless. The battles he's facing are growing more dangerous by the day. Cyrus Renault's return to power is one thing, but Jen Sidwell's movements behind the scenes are proving to be an even greater threat. "Something's gotta give," Sonny mutters, shaking his head. The question is, what, or who, is he willing to sacrifice? Nina Reeves steps into the picture with advice of her own. Like Natalia Ramirez, she urges Sonny to make peace with Ava Jerome before things escalate further. However, Sonny is not one to compromise easily, and with the pressure mounting, he may feel forced to handle things the old-fashioned way, with bloodshed. Will Jason be the one to pull Sonny back from the edge, or will he become the very weapon Sonny wields to eliminate his enemies once and for all? Cody Bell's redemption arc, a surprising hero emerges. Cody Bell has spent much of his time in Port Charles caught between personal struggles and questionable choices. But Felicia Scorpio hinted at something intriguing. Cody may soon have an opportunity to step up as a hero for someone other than Sasha Gilmore. Could this involve Molly Lansing Davis? Molly is livid, and her anger is about to take center stage. "This is all your fault," she shouts, her voice filled with fury. But who is she blaming? Rumors suggest that Cody could unexpectedly enter the fray and intervene in a situation that puts Molly in danger. If so, this could mark a turning point for his character. Up until now, Cody has struggled to find his place, but if he puts himself at risk for someone else, it could change how the entire town sees him. At the same time, Cody has an apology to make. Could it be for Sasha, for Molly, or someone else entirely? The choices he makes in the coming days could either cement his reputation as a reckless drifter, or turn him into an unlikely hero. Meanwhile, Sasha is about to be blindsided by an unexpected revelation. Could it be connected to Cody, or is she about to face a shocking truth about someone else entirely? Christina's warning, Danny Morgan in over his head. Christina Corinthos Davis has always had a strong gut instinct, and right now, she can't shake the feeling that something terrible is about to happen. "If I wasn't worried before, I'm worried now," she confesses to Alexis Davis, her eyes filled with urgency. Her concern isn't without reason. Christina recently witnessed Danny Morgan getting caught in a dangerous situation at Charlie's pub, one that involved none other than Cyrus Renault. Jason managed to intervene just in time, but the entire confrontation left Christina rattled. She fears that Danny's entanglement in mob-related matters is only going to escalate. Worse, she knows what Jason is capable of. If Jason truly believes Cyrus is a threat to his son, then Christina is almost certain of what will happen next. Jason won't stop until Cyrus is eliminated. Alexis listens, deeply troubled. She has spent years trying to shield her family from the dangers of Sonny's world. But if Jason takes action, could that make things even worse? Next, we're diving into the emotional turmoil surrounding Harrison Chase as he faces the biggest crisis of his life. From shocking revelations about his wife Brooke Lynn Quartermain's past to the painful realization that those closest to him have betrayed his trust, Chase is about to experience heartbreak on multiple levels. Will his marriage survive, or is this the beginning of a downward spiral? Let's explore all the drama unfolding in Port Charles. Chase's devastation, will he find comfort or despair? When a man's world is turned upside down, he often looks for a way to cope, whether it's seeking solace in the arms of another or numbing the pain with a dangerous habit. Chase is no exception. As he reels from the news that his wife and best friend kept a life-altering secret from him, the weight of his emotions threatens to consume him. Will Chase follow in his brother's footsteps and drown his sorrows at the bottom of a bottle? Or will the betrayal push him towards someone who understands his pain? The fact that Brooke Lynn and Dante Falconeri were once romantically involved might just be too much for Chase to handle, especially knowing that he was left in the dark for so long. Is there someone in Port Charles who will offer him the support he so desperately needs? Dante and Brooke Lynn's secret, a betrayal that cuts deep secrets, have a way of coming to light at the worst possible moments, and for Chase, this revelation is about to send shockwaves through his world. He never imagined that his wife once had a romantic relationship with his closest confidant on the police force, Dante Falconeri. But the betrayal doesn't stop there. Not only did Brooke Lynn and Dante keep their past under wraps, but Chase is now discovering that their summer fling led to something far more significant, a child. While Dante remained unaware of Brooke Lynn's pregnancy, he still knew how their relationship had unfolded. Yet, neither of them thought Chase deserved to know the truth before he married Brooke Lynn. The fact that both of them hid this from him leaves Chase feeling like he has no one he can trust. How could two people he cared about the most choose to deceive him? And more importantly, how can he ever look at either of them the same way again? Brooke Lynn's guilt, the secret she couldn't bring herself to reveal from the moment she said, "I do," Brooke Lynn felt the guilt gnawing at her. She had convinced herself that the past should stay buried, that some truths would only cause unnecessary pain. But deep down, she always knew that Chase deserved honesty, especially before they built a future together. Now, with the revelation that they will never have a biological child of their own, Brooke Lynn is forced to face the harsh truth: the only child she may ever have is the one she gave up for adoption. Chase's devastation is palpable. He had already been struggling with the idea of not having his own child, but knowing that Brooke Lynn once had a baby, and never told him, feels like the ultimate betrayal. How can she possibly justify keeping this secret? And worse, what if Chase starts to believe that she still harbors feelings for Dante? A marriage in crisis, will Chase and Brooke Lynn survive? Brooke Lynn's silence wasn't just about protecting herself, it was about protecting the fragile stability of their marriage. But now, that foundation has crumbled. Chase can't shake the image of Brooke Lynn and Dante together, and the more he thinks about it, the more it eats away at him. Is there any hope for their relationship, or has this revelation set them on a path to destruction? Chase is questioning everything. His love, his friendships, and even his own judgment. If Brooke Lynn was capable of keeping such a huge secret, what else has she lied about? As the tension between them reaches a breaking point, Chase is left to decide: does he fight for his marriage, or walk away for good? Brooke Lynn's past resurfaces, the child she left behind. There's no pain greater than regret, and Brooke Lynn is drowning in it. She never imagined that her past decisions would come back to haunt her in this way. The child she gave up was supposed to be a chapter closed, a decision she made for what she thought was the greater good. But now, with Chase unable to have a biological child of his own, that choice feels like an unbearable weight on her conscience. Would Chase have accepted the truth if she had told him before their wedding? Or would he have walked away? That question torments Brooke Lynn, but it's one she'll never have an answer to. The only thing she knows for certain is that keeping this secret has shattered Chase's trust, perhaps beyond repair. As the truth unfolds, will she find the courage to reach out to the child she once gave up? Or will the past continue to haunt her, threatening to destroy everything she holds dear? Chase's struggles, a future without fatherhood, the news that he'll never father a child of his own has left Chase questioning everything. He had envisioned a future with Brooke Lynn, a home filled with laughter, a family to call his own. Now, that dream has been ripped away. Brooke Lynn, too, is struggling. She doesn't want to let Chase see how much this devastates her, fearing that he'll take it as a sign that she blames him. But the truth is, she's hurting just as much as he is. Will they find a way to move forward together, or will this tragedy be the final blow to their already fragile marriage? Meanwhile, a new complication is looming on the horizon. A revelation is about to shake both of their worlds in ways they never expected. Could this unexpected development bring them closer together, or is it destined to drive them even further apart? The unraveling of everything, what comes next? As Chase faces betrayal from the two people he trusted most, he finds himself at a crossroads. His marriage is hanging by a thread, his faith in his friends has been shattered, and his future feels uncertain. The question now is, how will he pick up the pieces? Will he turn his back on Brooke Lynn and Dante forever, or can forgiveness find a place in his heart? More importantly, will he allow himself to grieve the family he'll never have, or will he find another way to create the life he's always dreamed of? One thing is certain, nothing in Port Charles will ever be the same again. Final thoughts. Port Charles braces for impact with emotions running high and trust broken beyond repair. The fallout from these revelations is going to send shockwaves through General Hospital. Can Chase and Brooke Lynn rebuild their marriage, or is it already beyond saving? Will Dante find a way to mend his fractured friendship with Chase, or will his silence prove to be the ultimate betrayal? And as Brooke Lynn struggles with her past decisions, will she finally seek out the child she once gave up? As Danny continues to push boundaries, Christina is left wondering if she should step in before it's too late. But is there really anything she can do to prevent the inevitable? Rick Lansing's double life and Cyrus's looming shadow. Ava Jerome thought she had found an ally in Rick Lansing, but she's beginning to question whether he truly has her back. Rick's behavior suggests that he doesn't want anyone to know about their relationship, not yet, at least. It's for the best, Rick insists when Ava confronts him. He cites legal reasons, explaining that as her attorney, keeping their romance under wraps is the smartest move. But Ava isn't sure if she believes him. What is Rick really hiding? At the same time, Rick meets with Elizabeth Baldwin to discuss something even more pressing, Cyrus Renault's growing influence. He's not just a problem. He's a threat, Rick warns. Elizabeth, determined to stay strong, tries to reassure him. But deep down, she knows Rick is right. Cyrus has set his sights on her, and now that Martin Gray is involved, she may be in far greater danger than she realized. Will Rick be able to protect Ava and Elizabeth, or will his secrets ultimately put them in harm's way? Dante's career on the line, will he walk away? Over at the PCPD, tensions between Dante Falconeri and Anna Devane reach a boiling point. Anna has had enough. If you want a job to come back to, leave now, she orders. Dante is left with a grim realization, he may have no choice but to walk away. His dedication to his career has never wavered, but with Anna drawing a firm line, Dante is forced to ask himself a difficult question: is this job still worth fighting for? Meanwhile, Harrison Chase is on the move, investigating Jason's involvement in the altercation with Cyrus. He seeks out Elizabeth Baldwin, pressing her for details. "Did you see him threaten Cyrus?" Chase asks, hoping for clarity. But Chase isn't just looking for answers, he has something to admit, too. Could his confession change everything? If it aligns with Liz and Lucky Spencer's efforts to take down Cyrus, this case might take an unexpected turn. With everything in motion, the future of Port Charles hangs in the balance. Explosive consequences await: who will rise and who will fall? As secrets unravel and alliances shift, Port Charles is on the brink of chaos. Will Jason keep his vow to Sonny, or will Cyrus force his hand? Can Cody truly redeem himself, or will he fall back into old habits? And what devastating truth is Sasha about to uncover? With so many moving pieces, one thing is certain: General Hospital is about to deliver some of its most jaw-dropping twists yet. Next, we're delving into a thrilling moment in General Hospital history, one that could redefine the relationship between Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin forever. After years of twists and turns, betrayals and reunions, the stakes have never been higher for this iconic couple. As they stand on the precipice of something monumental, their chemistry is undeniable, their history inescapable, and their future uncertain. Will they find their way back to each other, or will their latest scheme drive an irreparable wedge between them? One thing is certain: Port Charles is in for a roller coaster ride. Let's dive into the unfolding drama. A reunion or a final goodbye? The fate of Lucky and Elizabeth. For years, General Hospital fans have watched Lucky and Elizabeth navigate a love story that has been nothing short of legendary. Their chemistry, their shared history, and the emotional weight of their past have always made them one of the show's most captivating couples. But as they find themselves standing at a crossroads once again, the question remains: is this the beginning of a new chapter for them, or the end of the road? With their plan unfolding successfully, Liz and Lucky are about to face the consequences of their actions. The justice they sought may be within reach, but at what cost? As the dust settles, will they be drawn back together by their shared triumph, or will the weight of their choices prove too much to bear? Whatever the outcome, fans can't look away. Every glance between them is charged with possibility, every conversation layered with unresolved feelings. If this is the moment that defines their future, we're all waiting with bated breath to see which direction they take. Risk, reward, and the high-stakes game of Port Charles. Lucky and Elizabeth's journey has never been simple, and this time is no different. Their plan has been nothing short of a high-wire act, balancing between righteousness and recklessness. But in Port Charles, taking a risk often means facing dire consequences. Their investigation has put them in the line of fire, and while their efforts seem to be paying off, the question remains: will the reward be worth the danger? They have spent weeks unraveling the truth, pushing boundaries, and walking the fine line between justice and self-destruction. As we watch their scheme unfold, the tension is unbearable. Every move they make could be the one that seals their fate, and the payoff, if it comes, may not be as sweet as they imagined. In Port Charles, victories are rarely without cost. Cyrus Renault's growing desperation: is time running out? The walls are closing in on Cyrus Renault, and for the first time, he's starting to panic. His confidence, once unshakable, is beginning to crack. Rumors suggest that this week will see a major shift in power, and it might just be Lucky and Elizabeth who push Cyrus to his breaking point. Their discovery, a list of deceased patients from Turning Woods, all of whom had ties to Cyrus, could be the key to bringing him down once and for all. But desperation makes people dangerous. As Cyrus senses that his grip on Port Charles is slipping, he won't go down without a fight. Will he make one last desperate move to save himself, or is his reign of terror finally coming to an end? The stakes have never been higher, and for Lucky and Elizabeth, their fight for justice may come with unforeseen consequences. The electrifying reunion of Lucky and Liz, love rekindled or a dangerous gamble? The past, the present, and the future collide in every scene between Lucky and Elizabeth. Their shared history is undeniable, their chemistry electric, but their present circumstances are more complicated than ever. This investigation has forced them to rely on each other, to trust in ways they hadn't for years. And in that trust, something long buried has begun to surface, the possibility that their love never truly faded. But love alone won't be enough. Their choices have led them down a dangerous road, and the consequences of their actions could be devastating. Will the intensity of the moment push them together, rekindling the love they once had? Or will the fallout prove too great, forcing them to walk away from each other once and for all? Every glance, every touch, every whispered conversation carries the weight of years of history. For fans, this is the moment they've been waiting for, but will it be the reunion they've dreamed of, or the final goodbye? A race against time. Can Lucky and Elizabeth expose the truth before it's too late? The clock is ticking, and Lucky and Elizabeth know that they're running out of time. The police are closing in, and Cyrus is growing more desperate by the second. If they don't act now, everything they've fought for could be lost. Their discovery, the list of deceased patients linked to Cyrus, could be the smoking gun they need to take him down. But with the investigation heating up, the risk of exposure is higher than ever. Lucky has already sacrificed so much to see this through. He was ready to leave Port Charles, to start fresh somewhere far away, but he couldn't bring himself to abandon Elizabeth when she needed him most. Now, with the truth within reach, he has to decide, is this his last mission before walking away, or has he found something worth staying for? Elizabeth's struggle, from accused to avenger. Elizabeth Baldwin never expected to be at the center of a scandal. What began as a simple protocol issue, an investigation into the deaths of GH patients, quickly spiraled into something far more sinister. She knew she wasn't responsible, but proving her innocence wasn't easy. For weeks, she has fought against suspicion, determined to clear her name. But as the truth unfolds, she realizes that this was never just about her, it was about something far bigger, far more dangerous. Now, standing at the precipice of justice, she has a choice to make. Will she walk away unscathed, or is she willing to risk everything to see this through to the end?